We see them everywhere, on billboards, on TV, and even in our hands. The world's most famous brands, from Coca-Cola to McDonald's and Nike, are practically woven into the fabric of our existence. They're as familiar to us as our own reflections, for God's sake. But behind those gleaming logos and jingles that burrow into your brain like a particularly persistent earworm, there are secrets. Shocking, often deeply unsettling secrets. Today on MoneyTube, we're playing a game we like to call Brand, or actually just straight up Bond villain. Spoiler alert, it's a trick question, because as we're about to reveal, some of these companies make Ernst Stavro Blofeld look like a goddamn saint. Buckle up, kids, it's about to get ethically murky in here. Let's start with a brand that's practically synonymous with America itself, Coca-Cola. The beverage giant wants you to think of happy polar bears and sharing a Coke with the world. But polar bears are facing extinction due to environmental damage from corporations like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has a water problem, accused of using billions of liters from drought-stricken communities. Imagine bottling water from parched lands and selling it back for profit. And their sugary drinks? Linked to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. At least they're creating jobs for dentists, cardiologists, and diabetes specialists. Now who's up for some fast food, no? After that Coca-Cola expose you've lost your appetite? Yeah, I get it. Well, too bad, because next up we're taking a trip to McDonald's, the place where childhood memories of happy meals collide headfirst with the harsh realities of alleged labor exploitation. The Golden Arches, a symbol of American capitalism, convenience, and, if you believe their marketing, some kind of bizarre, anthropomorphic, clown-based joy. But behind the Ronald McDonald mask, there's a less savory story lurking. We're talking about allegations of wage theft, worker intimidation, and the systematic suppression of unionization efforts. Because apparently, nothing says family-friendly quite like denying your employees a living wage and the right to collectively bargain. And let's not forget their masterful manipulation of children's psychology. I mean, the Happy Meal? Pure marketing genius, you have to admit it. They've essentially weaponized toys and bright colors to create an army of tiny, burger-craving consumers. It's like something out of a dystopian sci-fi novel, only instead of flying cars, we got drive-thrus and a generation grappling with diet-related diseases. Next up, we're talking about a brand that's all about achieving your personal best and just doing it. I'm talking, of course, about Nike, but before you lace up those sneakers, consider the sweatshops where they're made. Nike's ads are inspiring, but they hide the reality. Many of their shoes are made in sweatshops by underpaid workers. Nike denies these claims, promoting their ethical practices, but it's like putting lipstick on a pig. Water, or were misled about the benefits of formula, saw their babies become malnourished or even die. And finally, let's talk about a company that needs no introduction, because it's probably already listening to this conversation. That's right, it's Facebook. The social media behemoth that has somehow managed to convince billions of people to willingly hand over their personal data in exchange for the privilege of looking at pictures of their high school classmates' babies and arguing with strangers about politics. Facebook, the company that promised to connect us all, has instead created a vast surveillance network that would make Big Brother blush. They track your every move online, collect your data, and then sell it to the highest bidder, all while hiding behind a veil of corporate doublespeak about connecting the world and building community. Remember that whole Cambridge Analytica scandal? You know, the one where they harvested the data of millions of Facebook users without their consent, and then used it to target them with political ads during the 2016 US presidential election. Yeah, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Facebook has been caught time and time again playing fast and loose with our data, and they always seem to get away with a slap on the wrist and a promise to do better. Consumers have the power to change. So, there you have it. The not-so-happy meals, the ethically murky sneakers, the social network that's more like a social experiment gone wrong. We've exposed the underbelly of the brand name beast, and frankly, it wasn't pretty.